What's up, guys? Welcome back to a new series we call Scrap Talks, where we break down fights, give early predictions, and talk about the current fight news.
Let's get into it. All right, y'all. We're gonna be breaking down the White House card today, giving some early predictions. So we're gonna start the very first bout of the card. Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. Who you picking, Connor?
I'm taking Steve Garcia in this one. What you got?
I got Steve too. I got Steve. I think he can get it done. I think Diego's good and Diego's crazy aggressive. He's got power and stuff. I know Steve hasn't proven his cardio either. I just really think Diego isn't. I know it's only 3 rounds too. I just think he's going to fade in that third round, and I think Steve can put it on him. I don't think he gets the finish, even though he does have power too. I just think it's going to be a decision. Close though, 29-28, but I could also see a 30-27.
I
How do you
could,
think he gets it done?
I could see it. I got a decision as well. I mean, he's on a 7 fight streak right now. He's KO'd a lot of those. Only one of those wins he went to decision. And then after Lopez lost to Volk the first time, he didn't really change too much of his game plan going into the second fight.
And I love Lopez. I don't think he deserved that second shot versus Volk
No.
at all. I'm a big Lopez fan, and even that Gene Silva fight. I'm not comparing Silva to Garcia, but and Lopez dominated that first round, but that second round he was getting tuned up on the feet, dude.
Hmm.
Like he was getting fucked up bad. Like if he hadn't landed that spinning elbow, I think he would have got finished in that round.
He
Like
was
no,
he was
his chin was
close.
holding up. Like
Yeah.
he's got a good chin, but he was getting pieced up bad.
Yeah, he was getting pieced up pretty bad, and there was a couple times that he actually almost got put out. So it wasn't really like a clear, decisive win through all three. So yeah, I'm taking
But
Garcia to win this.
so I think this sounds crazy. I think Garcia would give Silva a run for his money. Like I'm not saying I would pick Garcia in a fight versus Silva, but I think he could definitely beat him.
I'd like
I
to
don't
see
think
it.
I'm not necessarily picking it, but like I said, it'd definitely be a tough fight for Silva.
I think it'd be a good one.
Yeah. Also, Garcia, he's never faced anyone like Lopez. Like I will say that I am picking him to win, but this is a big jump in competition. I'm not gonna lie. Like his last win was over David Onama, which it's a good win, but that ain't no Lopez, bro.
Yeah, it's definitely a jump in competition, but I'm gonna still take him to see how he gets it done.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Looks like we're both picking Steve. Moving on to the next one, we got Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. Um, I'm going with Kyle Dawkins by knockout. I don't care, bro. Kyle Dawkins knockout round two. What you got?
I'm taking Bo Nickel. I could see him getting the sub possibly, or most likely just going to a decision, maybe a 29-28. Um,
If he goes to decision, what you think he does? Smother him for 3 rounds?
I think he's gonna try. I think he'll try to keep it on the feet for the start, but I think he's gonna ultimately have to go to the ground and just get the control time and get the points.
I don't know. I'm just really high. I want to say really high, but I'm pretty high on Dawkins ever since he's made his little UFC resurgence. He's coming off some good wins. I'm not saying he's like crazy good and going to be a champion or anything, but I think he's good enough to beat Nickel. I think Nickel's still a phenomenal wrestler, but I think Dawkins could chin him on the feet. So that's what I
Yeah,
see happening.
he's been on a good run lately. I could definitely see it going either way. But I'm gonna take Bo in this one.
Yeah. Moving on to the next one, we got which one's next?
Mauricio Rufy versus Michael Chandler.
Rufy versus Chandler.
Who you got?
This is a real hard one to pick. I don't. Nobody knows how this one's gonna go. I say Rufy. I think Chandler will last until about halfway through the first round. So I say Rufy knockout. I'm predicting a body shot knockout.
About first round?
First round body shot knockout.
I could see it. I'm taking Rufy as well. I mean, Mike is 40 now. He hasn't fought in over a year. Um, and he's already taken a lot of time off waiting for that Connor fight. Time is always going to get you. He's on a 3 loss streak right now. Rufy is currently 29, just kind of creeping into his prime. I think Rufy gets it done by knockout. But I think
I
Mike can make it past the first round. I think they'll get it out in the second.
I mean I think Rufy's good too, but honestly, this fight was maybe even 3 years ago. I would consider picking Chandler.
For sure. Yeah.
I just think Chandler doesn't care about winning, honestly. Like I'm sure he wants to win, but his main thing is to entertain the fans. It's like it's entertaining, but it comes to a point. It's like as MMA fans, we want to see you at least try to win. Like, I get it's entertaining and stuff, but to me personally, I don't think it's entertaining when someone's just not trying at all to win and only trying to entertain us. That makes it less entertaining than it would be if you were actually trying to win.
Do you see him making a run into WWE after his career here?
No, I don't really care about WWE to be honest, but we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to go for it. Michael, I mean, he's athletic enough for it and stuff. He's got like the mic skills, I guess you could say, for it. But I don't know. Chandler's good. Like he's always pissed me off. Like when he first joined the UFC, because he's got power. Like he's got that wrestling. He just his fight IQ is terrible. I'm not gonna lie, his fight IQ is just bad. He can work on his cardio too, but everything else,
Hmm.
like he's a decent all around fighter. He just chooses it's the fight IQ, and he chooses
Hmm.
not to
Never follow
actually
the
try to
game
win. Like
plan.
that Gaethje fight, I feel like he could have won that Gaethje fight.
Yeah,
So yeah, you never know with Mike. We'll see how it goes, but I think he's getting put out in round one.
I think Rufy definitely puts him out.
What we got next? I forgot. I need you to do it.
Josh Hokett versus Derek Lewis up next.
I don't know about. I'm still choosing or thinking about what I'm going to choose in terms of he decision or finish. I don't know. I could see him honestly outstriking Lewis for 3 rounds and mixing in the takedowns and getting like a 30-27 decision. I don't. I wouldn't be surprised if he just knocks him out on the feet
Do
because
you
even though Lewis has that knockout win over Blades, I think Blades would knock out Lewis if they fought again.
do
I'm
you
not going to
think?
say I think that was a fluke, but I do think Blades would easily beat Lewis if they fought again today. Do you think he has a chance?
I mean, I think everyone's got a chance, but
Yeah, okay. I'm trying.
besides like the puncher's chance that everyone has, it's definitely an uphill battle for Derek. I mean, I honestly don't think Hokett should stay at heavyweight, but I do think he does pretty well against Derek Lewis.
I think he should stay at heavyweight. He's small, but I think he's got that. I would say lighter man skill, but it's not like he's coming from 205. But I still think he has lighter man skill because he's 233 compared to all these other heavy ass dudes weighing like 250, 260. Like
Yeah,
that sounds crazy. I think Hokett and Aspinall would actually be competitive. Just because I think Hokett can move around, like he moves pretty good. Don't get me wrong, Aspinall and Gon and all them, they move pretty good too, but when you look at a lot of the rest of the heavyweight division, a lot of them seem kind of stuck in the mud and a little
yeah,
plotty. Not everyone,
yeah,
like once you get to like the top 5 and 6, it's not always like that, but under that, it's like a drop off. Like they're not as athletic at all.
yeah. And he's not having to cut any weight, so he's not really diminishing his health at all with staying at heavyweight for the weight cut.
You think if he wins and Pereira wins, they try to line them up?
Um, I mean, they could, but I don't think it would be smart. I don't think he would do well against Pereira. Um, and I don't think, I mean, with how bad heavyweight's been lately, I don't think you kill a star off before they really get to take off.
Yeah, we'll talk about Pereira later.
Next up, we got O'Malley versus Zahabi. Who you got in that one?
I've got a feeling. I'm not gonna say I'm picking Zahabi. I'm not gonna say that because I'm not trying to have like a contrarian take or anything, but I can see Zahabi pulling it off. It sounds crazy.
I can see
I
it.
think I'm gonna end up picking O'Malley, but I think Zahabi is being slept on. Like a lot of people are being slept on in this card, but I think Zahabi is like really getting slept on. Like people are dismissing him, acting like he's just trash or something. And I think he's actually a decent, well-rounded fighter.
Yeah, he definitely gets overshadowed just due to fighting somebody like O'Malley with the star power that O'Malley has. Especially with the casuals, O'Malley's very big. So I mean, I'm picking O'Malley. I could see this one going either way. I wouldn't be surprised if Zahabi gets it done.
How do you think O'Malley gets it done then?
Decision.
You don't see him finishing him? I see a lot of
I
people
don't
calling for their knockout.
I don't think he finishes him.
I just think it sounds kind of weird too, but Zahabi's build, he's kind of short and a little stocky.
Hmm.
O'Malley's had issues with that, like Marab and Yan.
Yeah.
He's had issues with that in the past. I'm not saying Zahabi has a similar style to them, but similar build. I think Zahabi has pretty good defense. I don't want to say pretty decent defense. I know he got caught by Aldo and Cheeto was touching him up a little bit, but I just think he's a hobby. He's got good cardio. He's pretty well rounded, and he doesn't have like crazy power, but he's the type to just like throw like he has a lot of volume. That makes
Yeah.
sense. And yeah, so I think he'll be competitive. I won't be surprised if Zahabi wins. So I'm not gonna make an official pick on that yet. But if I were to choose right now, I would still say O'Malley, but like 51 to 49%, honestly.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at. I mean, I think it's definitely going to go to decision either way it goes, but I think I'm gonna take O'Malley for right now.
So you still think it'll be competitive, like a
Yeah,
competitive
I
49,
think it'll be
38?
a competitive fight, but I don't think anyone's getting put out.
Yeah.
All right, next up we got Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane. Who do you got in that one?
No, I want to hear yours first.
I'm taking Alex. I think I mean he's making his debut at heavyweight, so we don't really know exactly what he's going to be like. He handled the move up from middleweight to light heavyweight pretty well. He's a dominant striker. He's not going to have to worry about getting taken down from Gon or anything like that. Gon is a good kickboxer, so it'll definitely be a tough challenge. But I do think Alex claims the third title.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm going Gone. I think Gone gets it done. Decision.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Gone
by
gets it done.
decision.
Decision. I just think because I don't think Pereira's faced. You can say he's faced Izzy. I don't think Izzy's on the same level as Gone when it comes to striking.
Yeah, I guess it.
And Pereira, he lost by knockout, even though he had his moments. He won that first fight by knockout, early stoppage, by the way. But he won that first fight by knockout. He almost got knocked out himself in the first round in their first fight.
Yeah,
Second fight, he was winning, and then he did get knocked out. And the first fight with Ank, not a lot of people like to say this, but Ank was touching him up on the feet.
yeah, he
Everyone
was.
like when you go back, everyone likes to say, "Oh, wrestling, blah blah blah." No, Ank was touching him up on the feet, walking him down, and he wasn't like beating his ass like crazy, but Ank was touching him on the feet.
He definitely was. Yeah,
And I just think Pereira hasn't fought a kickboxer the size of Gon. Like how big? What's Gon like 6'5", 250? I think he's six
massive,
five. I think
shredded.
he weighs in at 250, 260. Like he's a big dude and he can move like crazy. Don't get me wrong, Pereira can move too. Pereira's bulked up too. I know he's 6'4", so he's not it's not like Gon's gonna be that much taller, but with Gon's height and weight and the way he could kickbox, I just think it's going to give Pereira too much problems. And I think we're going to see an aggressive Gon, somewhat similar to the Aspinall fight, how he came out like he wasn't even super aggressive in that fight. I think he's going to be more aggressive in this fight. I think he's going to come out with a point to prove. I'm rooting for Pereira, don't get me wrong, but I just see Gon getting it done. Every time I try to analyze this fight, I just only thing I can see is Gon getting it done. I don't see him knocking him out, but I think it's possible. I think the chances of that happening are very slim, though. I think if it's a knockout, it's going to be Poetan winning by knockout
Yeah. Now, if Alex does win and he claims a third title, do you think that makes him the greatest?
of all time.
Hmm.
That's a tough one, dude. I mean, that's tough. I mean, he's definitely got to be in the discussions. Like, I'm not going to say he
Yeah,
makes him the greatest, but when you talk about the greatest ever, like in terms of a list of people, he's going to have to be in that list, top three, top five. Like,
yeah.
he still won't be ahead of Volk, but he's going to be on that list. Like,
I yeah, I think his performance in the fight would definitely play a big factor in if you can call him the greatest. How he performs against somebody like
yeah.
a heavy kickboxer like Cyril Gane.
And I know Pereira only has two losses in the UFC too, to Ankalaev and
Hmm.
Adesanya. Gon only has two losses too, and look at his losses, Francis and John Jones. Like those aren't bad losses at all.
No, not
Don't
at
get me
all.
wrong, like the Francis or the Jones fight, he just curled up and let him take his neck and choke him out in 30 seconds. But those aren't bad losses at all. I
No.
mean, I don't know. I do think I did pick Aspinall to beat Gon, and I still do think Aspinall will beat Gon once Gon wins this fight and they
Mhm.
fight for the undisputed title. I just see Gon being Pereira. I think it's a stylistic thing. Like I think Pereira could be Aspinall, but I don't think Pereira could be Gon. It's
Yeah,
like a triangle with them three. Like one beats the other. Like yeah, I just see Gon getting it done. Like I think he's gonna come out there jabbing him like aggressive. He's gonna switch stances. Poatan can switch stances too, but he doesn't do it as much as Gon does.
yeah.
Like Gon can literally just switch stances the whole fight, like pepper a jab, 1-2, head kick, leg kick. Like he's gonna stay busy on those combinations, and we're not gonna see any grappling in this fight, obviously. But don't be surprised if you do see like a little
If
clinch work every
anybody
now and then.
shoots, if
Huh?
anybody shoots, who do you think is going to shoot?
I can see Gon shooting actually because I do think I do think Pereira's gonna hurt him. I say like I can't really pick one round, but I feel like I think Gon's gonna win the first two rounds. Like he's gonna come out and like just kind of slightly outpoint Poatan in those first two rounds. Like nothing crazy, but clearly be outstriking him.
Yeah,
I think round three Pereira is gonna come out kind of hot, and I think he's gonna catch Gon. Maybe drop him, maybe kind of stumble him back against the cage. But I think once that happens, Pereira he might like I don't know, he might gas out. I can see him gassing out. I've never seen him like completely gas out, even in that first Ink fight. It's the
yeah,
only time I've really seen him go the distance. And the Jan fight, but that was only three rounds. I can see Pereira not fully gassing out, but definitely getting really tired towards the end of those rounds. But I've seen Gon go a solid five rounds multiple times and not gas out. And don't get me wrong, Gon doesn't have the best fight IQ either. His loss to Francis, like I think he would have won if he hadn't pulled that stupid little heel hook in the fifth round. It would have been 3-2 Gon,
yeah,
and he would be champion. I don't know if he'd still be champion because of Jones, obviously, but he'd only have
yeah.
one loss on his record, and things would be looking a lot better for him record wise. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's crazy to pick Pereira, but yeah, I think Gon's taking this one, bro.
I'm sticking with prayer on this one.
See how it goes.
All right, now we move on to the main event: Justin Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria. Who do you think's taking it home?
I know Taporia is taking it home. This is probably the easiest pick. It's probably the second easiest pick of the whole card, Rufy and
Yeah,
Chandler. But I just think Gaethje's good. Like I respect Gaethje. Like after what he did to Patty, I respect Gaethje, and I've always respected Gaethje. Obviously, a big fan. But Taporia's on another level. He's 17-0, like knocking out all these legends. He knocked out Max, knocked out Charles. He knocked out Volk, and then he ducked Volk in the rematch. So, nah, I'm just playing. But he's really on a tear, like knocking out all these legends. I know he hasn't fought someone like Gaethje. I know you can't compare Holloway to Gaethje, and I know MMA math doesn't always work, but Holloway smoked Gaethje, dominated him for five rounds. I want to say dominated, but he beat him decisively over five
yeah,
rounds and then knocked his ass out. And
yeah,
you've seen what Taporia did to Holloway. But I will say Holloway was very competitive with Taporia. Not a lot of people talk about that. So
yeah.
I don't know. I can say I just don't think Gaethje has a striking technique to stand with Taporia at all. Like, yeah, he has the power. I just don't see those winging overhands and the leg kicks. I can see the leg kicks doing damage. I just don't see those winging overhands doing any damage to Top Toro.
I've got a controversial pick. I'm going with Gaethje on this one. I think Topuria should win this. I think he should win this in every category of the fight, to be honest. But I think I've just got a feeling that Gaethje brings this one home because Gaethje's gonna walk forward and he's not gonna care what's coming at him. Which you could say is what's gonna get him knocked out, but a lot of people are on the back foot when fighting Ilya, and I think Gaethje's gonna try to press that pace forward. I think he'll have a good chance.
I don't know though. I just feel like Gaethje knows the type of power that Ilya has, and I don't think he's gonna be stupid and just walk forward and try to like make it a brawl. Like I'm not saying he's gonna go out there and wrestle him. I think he'll definitely strike with him, but I just don't see Gaethje doing that because I feel like he knows like all it takes is one shot and he's knocked out. Like
But that's the same way the other way around. It only takes one from Gaethje too.
yeah, but Taporia has his defense is so much better, so much more better
Yeah,
than Gaethje's. Don't get me wrong, like I do think the leg kicks from Gaethje's end could add up on Taporia. If you will go back and watch that Max and Ilya fight, you'll see
yeah,
Max is chirping at them legs,
hmm
oblique kicks and leg kicks, and it wasn't like crumbling Taporia or like messing him up bad or anything, but you can see it definitely had an effect on how he was walking on his lead
yeah.
leg because he has the way his stance is, he puts a lot of pressure on his lead leg. So if Gaethje starts coming out going with those leg kicks, I could see him having some success, but I still don't think that could win him the fight. And I also know that I think Taporia has made some adjustments and he knows Gaethje does like the leg kicks.
Yeah, it's definitely a Hail Mary shot, but I think out of anybody that's currently there in lightweight, I just think Gaethje's got the biggest chance of being able to put him out right now.
Maybe of being able to put him out, but in terms of beating Ilya, I think the biggest chance anyone has a lightweight is Armin. I think
Yeah,
Armin
I can
could
see
beat
it.
Ilya. I don't think he will, but I've been dying to see that fight for a year now. But Armin's always getting into some shit. So, but
Yeah, I could
Armin,
definitely
like
see it.
I think Armin's so well rounded, and him and Taporia would be a crazy fight. Like
Do
I
you
can see
think we
Armin
ever
getting it
see
done.
it?
You could see it.
Do you think we ever see it? Armin versus Ilya?
Yeah, I think once Ilya wins, once Ilya wins at this White House card, we just got to get Armin's just got to fight again. Like he had that one fight that was in November. Like what's that 7 6 7 months ago now? Like he's got
Yeah.
to get another fight book. All it takes is him to book a fight. That's 2 wins in a row. Like he could fight for the title. Like I know him and the UFC or him and Dana or whatever aren't on like the greatest terms, but he just needs to fight. Like
Well, I mean, on speaking on his side, he has been staying extremely busy. So I don't, it might not even be an Armin issue when it comes to the fighting. It might just be the matchmakers not getting him booked.
yeah, I mean that could be true. Who do you think he should fight next when he comes back? That's available. We're gonna look at the rankings, see who's
Oh
available.
God, yeah, I need to, let me
Forgot
see.
who the exact rankings are.
Yeah,
Gaethje at one, Armin at two.
yeah,
Oh, I can see them booking the Charles rematch.
yeah. I honestly want to see the Charles rematch. I mean, things could be a lot different if Armin didn't get to, use the shorts and that when he was stuck in that deep guillotine against Charles.
Yeah, I remember they were calling for the Charles rematch last year, and I didn't like that. I thought that was way too early. So I wouldn't
Yeah.
be too mad at it this year because it had been a whole 2 years since the fight, and it was a pretty competitive and it was like you said, it was a close fight. So I wouldn't mind that. Do you think they give him Holloway if Holloway gets past McGregor? If McGregor makes it to the cage?
Um, Armin Holloway?
If he gets past McGregor, but that's the only if McGregor makes it to the cage and doesn't pull out.
Um,
He can step in for
I
McGregor,
wouldn't
honestly.
I wouldn't hate seeing it. It'd be a new matchup. But I do think their biggest matchup would be with Oliveira.
Yeah. Another one I like is Patty and BSD winner.
Yeah,
That'd be a good one.
that would be a good one. Do you think if they make Armin versus Oliveira again, do you think they put up the BMF for it?
Hell no.
Do you
Fuck
think they put
no.
up a BMF on any of Charles's upcoming fights? Or do you think they retire it and swapped it to a new division?
Maybe if he fights like a nah, he's not fighting Dan Hooker. Nah, they'll
What would you
that's
do with the BMF belt? If you were Dana, what would you do with it?
that's that's a tough one. If I was Dana, I don't think I would even have the BMF belt to be honest. I was a really big hater on it at first. Like when it first came out, I was like, like I didn't really like it feels like kind of like a gimmick belt.
Yeah,
But
for
then we
sure.
had like the Gaethje and Poirier, and then the Poirier and Holloway and Gaethje, all those fights for it. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
like it's not so bad, but I still feel like it's only there just to fill in spots for pay-per-views and stuff like that. So I don't know if I would have one if I was Dana, but yeah, I don't know what they do with that BMF belt with Charles, man. I mean, it's not like Charles always fights like that. I feel like he only did it with Holloway because Holloway's like a very good striker.
yeah,
I don't think Charles goes out there and fights like that against everybody. So they
yeah.
could put it up against him and Armin. I don't know. We'll see. But
If you were to just move it to a new division and book it for a new fight, who would you put the title for?
oh shit, that's a good one. Out of all the divisions,
All the divisions, yeah.
I can see them. I don't know who I would do. I can see them doing like someone like Diego Lopez or I feel like they're not going to do someone in heavyweight. They're not going to do someone like it has to be someone either like featherweight, lightweight, or welterweight. Like in those middleweight classes. I don't know. I feel like it just feels weird seeing like 125, 135. But don't get me wrong, like you got some dogs on there too, like that I could definitely have like BMF fighting style. Like you got Brandon Royval, Joshua Van, who's undisputed champion, obviously, but in 35 you got some dogs too. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes.